What's up guys, this is Balázs from Racing Brick. I already made a few videos about the Ford 2109 rally car, including my initial review, a test with the smaller Powered Up hub, and the control possibilities with the Powered Up app. If you missed any of these, then you can watch them by clicking on the link in the top right corner. If you remember my first review, I tried the different challenges in the app, but I did not find them too exciting. Then I had an idea. What if we had another car and try to do a proper race against each other? Let's see first how easy it is to connect multiple cars at the same time to the smart devices. As you see, there's no any indicator during the connection process that would help you to identify which car you would like to connect to which device, so it will be a random choice. One of the cars here requires a firmware update. This is obligatory to complete, it is not possible to skip it. If you want to have your own car connected to the app, then you need to make sure that only one connection sequence is initiated at a time. Now let's see a simple test with the apps. We did not notice any interference between the two cars, there are no issues with the connection or the controls. I personally have more issues using the touchscreen interface, but that's another thing. Wandering around the room with the two cars is pretty boring. Let's try to make it more exciting. Since now I have a limited amount of bricks available, I had to find a quick non-Lego solution. These origami paper cones can be easily made using printer paper. I'll leave the link to the instructions in the description below. Here I made a simple track to race around it. Suddenly the whole thing becomes much more enjoyable, but the simulated gears in the app makes the racing a bit slow, and I still have serious problems with the touchscreen control. This might be an age-related thing. My son handles it much better apparently. Now let's do a test with the gyro control that's supposed to be easier to use. Well, in reality this steering method is less responsive, and apparently the turning radius of the car is somehow worse than with the other control solution, so it's again pretty difficult to race like this. If you have a bigger room or some free area outside, then it still can be definitely fun. You can experiment with the different control interfaces to find the best one for you. Now let's see the challenges. I'm really hoping to have more fun this time. We opened the same challenge on the two phones and tried to start them at the same time, so we can actually race on the same virtual track and compare the results. Yeah, first issue here, the annoying bug that forces the car to turn in one direction without actually steering. Let's try it again. So, not sure how visible it is, but it's a complete disaster. First of all, the biggest problem is the concept of the virtual track and the corresponding instructions. The app tells you which way to go and how long, but in reality the movement of the car will have nothing to do with the virtual track you saw on the screen previously. The car needs to turn usually much more, so it will go all around the place. On the other hand, since you need to focus on the arrows on the screen, you will have no idea what the car does in the room. If you can play this on a big empty field, then it might be better, but you will still have to focus on the screen instead of the car, so there's not much fun in it. Having two cars side by side does not make it better. You can't match the virtual tracks or really race together. I thought the virtual accidents will add to the fun factor, but this time they were not even triggered. Let's go back to our little track and try a different control method. I use Brick Controller 2 with my phone and the iPad to set up two controllers. For me it's a much better choice. Controlling the car with the joysticks is easier. I think my son still prefers the app control. You can of course mix the two solutions, but the one controlled with the gamepad will have an advantage, since the Control Plus app and the virtual shifting makes the car much slower. So, to sum it up, I have to say that the official Control Plus app does not support multiplayer on any level, which is kind of a missed opportunity, since the Bluetooth technology would easily allow the cars to know about each other, and it could open a lot of interesting play options. It would be still possible to use the Powered Up app's free coding area to create a multiplayer game, but it would require a lot of coding. I have some ideas, but I'm not sure if there would be any interest, so please let me know in the comments if you would like to see a multiplayer game for two of these cars. And please share your ideas, how could we make this even more fun, obviously within the known boundaries of the Powered Up system. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe and tap the notification bell if you want to see more Technic reviews and other LEGO RC videos. See you next time, bye bye!